You're alone in your room. No one is watching, no one is listening, and yet something still feels like it's observing you. You adjust the way you sit. You think twice before saying something out loud. You feel a strange pressure to look normal, even though no one is there. It's not paranoia. It's not anxiety in the usual sense. It's the quiet sense that someone, somewhere, is watching the version of you that exists in your own mind. And for many people, that audience never really leaves.
The audience you can't see. Most people don't realize how early this audience appears. It starts when you begin to care about how you're perceived. A comment from a parent, a reaction from a friend, a moment where you felt judged. Over time, those moments collect, and slowly, without anyone telling you, a small crowd forms inside your head. You start living with an invisible panel of judges. They don't speak, they don't interrupt, but they're always there, quietly shaping how you move, how you speak, and even how you rest. The strange part is that most of these people aren't even real anymore. Some are old versions of people who no longer know you. Some are imagined versions of people who never really paid that much attention. And some are just echoes of how you once feared you were being seen. But your brain doesn't care whether they're real or not. It reacts to them anyway. And that's how you end up performing, even when you're completely alone.
When life becomes a performance, once the invisible audience settles in, everything starts to feel slightly staged. You don't just eat, you think about how eating looks. You don't just rest, you wonder if resting looks lazy. You don't just feel something, you immediately wonder how it would sound if you explained it. This isn't vanity. It's a habit your brain learned. Because at some point, being seen felt safer than being misunderstood. Being watched felt safer than being ignored. And being on felt safer than being unknown. So your brain kept the audience, even when the real people left, even when the situation changed, even when you were finally by yourself. And that's why some people feel exhausted by their own thoughts. It's not the thoughts themselves, it's the constant awareness that someone might be listening to them. But here's what most people don't realize. The audience only stays powerful as long as you keep performing for it. Stepping off the stage. The people who seem the most at ease with themselves usually have one thing in common. They've quietly fired the audience. Not dramatically, not in one big moment. They just stopped checking whether their thoughts would make sense to someone else. They stopped editing their feelings before they even finished having them. They stopped living as if someone was keeping score. And slowly, the audience lost its power. Because the truth is, the audience was never really outside of you. It was a habit, a protection, a story your mind told itself to feel safe. And once you stop feeding it attention, it doesn't disappear overnight, but it does get quieter. And in that quiet, something else starts to appear. Not confidence, not performance, just you, without the extra noise of who you think you're supposed to be. If this idea felt familiar, I made a short free guide on protecting your mental space and reducing the noise in your mind. The link is below. No pressure, just something simple to help you feel a little more like yourself again.